This is a video about adding questions to your quiz, including a random block of questions. A lot of people want to have random blocks of questions so that not all the students get the same questions and it makes it harder to cheat and so on. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm on my main quiz page and I've got my empty quiz 1 here, so I'm going to click on quiz 1. And I'm going to, for now, skip over all the other settings and time limits and things you can add to a quiz and go to layout questions here, the last tab over here. And you can see that there are no questions in this quiz right now. So I'm going to kind of do both things. I'm going to add some hard-coded questions to this quiz, and then I'm going to add a random block of questions. So the first thing I'm going to do is click Add Edit Questions right here. And this comes up, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some hard-coded questions that every student will get just the same way from my question library. So I'm going to click Import. And this comes up, and I have to choose where I want to import the questions from. And I'm going to leave this on From an Existing Collection because my questions are in the Courses Question Library. So in the second drop-down box, that's what I'll pick, Question Library. And then in the third, maybe I know, here's my the folders in my question library. I can see right here in the drop-down box, and maybe I know that the questions I want are in this General Questions folder. So I can click right on that and only see that portion of the question library. If I wanted to, I could click on Collection Root here and see all my folders and all the questions in the question library, but I know I want to get questions from here, so I can just see that. And let's say I want everyone to get the question, who wrote Gone with the Wind? Everybody gets that first. And so I'll choose that question and I'll click Save. And so there it is. There's the question, who wrote Gone with the Wind? Now I'm going to add a random block of questions. And so I'm going to come back up here, but rather than clicking Import this time, I'm going to click New. So I'll click New and come down to Random Section and click that. And I'm going to give this a name, and I'm the only person that's going to see this, so I'm just going to call it Random. And I'll just come right down here and click Save. So here's my purple folder. Purple, the only time you see a purple folder in Cobra Learning is when you're creating a random section. So if it's not purple, it's not random, and if it is, it is. So I'm going to click on the word random. Now I get another import button inside this random folder. So I'll click import there, and I will choose my same folder, let's say. And so here are my same 10 questions, and I'm just going to select the top folder level here to select all those questions and click Save. Now look, it tells me one of the questions that I chose to import already appears in the collection and has not been included again. So because Who Wrote Gone with the Wind was already hard-coded into my quiz, it's not going to be duplicated in the random section. So now that I know that, I'll click Close, and I can see the rest of those, the 9 questions are here and available to be chosen when a student takes the quiz. And so maybe I want each student to get 5, or let's say maybe 4 of these 9 questions. And I want each one to be worth 1 point. And so what I have to do now, I see the blue Done button over here that looks tempting, but first I have to click Save right here, Save. And then now that I've clicked Save, I'll come over here and click Done. And so I'm just about ready. I've got my first hard-coded question, who wrote Gone with the Wind? Every student will get that. And then my random block. And each student will get 4 from the 9 possible questions. And you can tell that it's done right because they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, random question with a 5-point total. And I'll click Save and Close, and I'm all set.